What is going on, guys? Haven't done a video in a long time. Decided to do a video because this fly is absolutely freaking amazing. If you ever fish emergers, especially caddis hatches, you always want to have an emergent with you. I've never fished emergers before, so my buddy turned me on to this fly, and yesterday was a phenomenal day with this emerger on there. Simple, easy tie. We're going to be using size 8, but these hooks are absolutely phenomenal to use. If you want to use these, use these. These are great. We're going to be using 70 denier wood duck color UTC thread. If you guys see this post moving throughout the video, it's because it's broken. I should drop a head. Put some glue on there, huh? Let's do that real quick. We're gonna do a quick repair on video. It pisses me off because I was traveling and I brought this with me to tie some flies when I was working out of town. And it broke in the travel. So anyway, back to the fly. UTC 70 denier wood duck. Any rabbit dubbing, you want that bushy dubbing. I'm actually using the TCO Emerald Caddis dubbing. The reason why I'm using this is what we were fishing for yesterday, so I'm going back there soon and I need to have some of these ready. I always recommend that you trail a emerger behind a caddis fly, and I learned why yesterday. So this is the dubbing that we're going to be using for the body. For the thorax, you're just going to use a natural dubbing color head. When you're all done with the fly, this is what it looks like. Super duper effective fly. And for the tail and the bubble, we're using gray Zelon. You could also use white. You could use different color bodies. Whatever you prefer using, that's what you could use. Whatever caddis you're fishing, that's what you would use. All right. Oops. I dropped my Zelon. The other thing you want to do is possibly have a dubbing brush of some sorts available. Whoop, there goes dubbing. I don't want to lose that, but some kind of brushing, dubbing brush in case you gotta move some of the fibers loose. Okay, so make sure you have a dubbing brush ready just in case. All right, so let's get started. Simple. Let me have a sip of coffee before we start. I don't always drink coffee, but when I do, it's Dunkin' Donuts. I'm just kidding. I always drink coffee. So we'll start our thread about 2/3 from the hook eye. Move the thread back. Chop it. I like to always chop it. Some guys like to break it off. I like to chop it. I don't know. That's just me. All right, just make sure you don't have any loose ends on this. You could even twist it. This is a small amount. This is about half a strand. If you get a full strand, this is about half of it. I split it into two. I feel like that's better. Now we're just gonna button our. Now what I like to do, I like to cut this on a little bit of an angle. Since it's an artificial fiber, it's a lot harder to trap down than like natural fibers. So I just like to do it that way. I take it nice and slow to the back just to make sure everything's secure. Make sure the tail is on top of your hook shank. Take it back all the way down to the bend, like so. Bring your thread back up, lock all the fibers down, All right. Create a nice taper with your thread. As it looks like a caddis larva already. What I like to do for tails, since I'm doing a emerger type of look, I'll take my scissors and I'll gauge it right there. You want about a hook gap, so I'll put it right against the tail like so, and bring my finger down.
But it means you have a notification or message. Just say, read my notifications.
You kidding me? You killing me? This is what she's gonna do now. All right. So, take your dubbing. All right. I already have some here from previous flies, so about that much is plenty. You want to get it tight, but not too tight, and you don't want it too loose. All right. This is like a hair's ear dubbing, so you're gonna have things sticking out all over the place. It's gonna look like legs. It's gonna look like antennae. It's gonna look buggy. Buggier the better. All right. So there's your bugginess right there. See how it sticks out everywhere? That's okay. If you don't like something, you can pull it out, but I always leave most of the stuff in there. All right, so there's your that, and then you're just gonna take your Z-line again, and you're gonna tie it in. Let's bring our thread up. I always have it too long. All right. Now, if you can't get it to tie in because it's like splitting on you, well, just wet it and twist it a little. All right, and then it comes together a little better, and then you could just put it on there like that, slide it down, and trap it. You want it on one side of the hook, and then you're gonna bring it around, make a loop. You're gonna make a loop like this, and you're gonna make it about the body size. So right there, boom. Okay, then you're gonna tie it on the near side. That was the far side. This is the near side. Trap that in there, tie it off. There's your loop. Our loop got kind of twisted in the process. It's all right, no big deal. What you do is you stick your scissors in there. And fold it over like that, and it comes out fine. All right, so we'll trap that in there, then we'll cut off the excess right there. We'll try to take it back from the eye of the hook, and we'll cover that, and then natural dubbing will come in. By the way, you see how I fixed it with Zap-A-Gap? Fucking pretty genius, ain't it? Right on the video, I fixed it. So then you put your natural dubbing in, and you want a nice tight noodle on this, because when you're gonna wrap it, you're gonna wrap over and over. You're gonna build a nice fed caddis head. Okay, try not to crowd the eye. Right there, like that. See how that wood duck looks nice on there? And then we'll go like this. Just do a quick whip finish. Or, as people say, half hitch. You could do whatever you want. I don't want to get, oops, I messed that one up, huh? It's alright, we'll push it out. There it is. That's why I don't do half hitches. Alright, so there's our thread. Let's get rid of it. Let's clean it up a little bit. The key to this is, even if you crowd your eye, just make sure you have, you'll be able to get your thread through it. Buddy says that, just make sure you're able to get your thread through it. And with this fly being so small, I kind of brush out the dubbing a little bit with this brush instead of the regular dubbing brush. Then what I'll do is come in here and give it a little bit of a haircut if needed, and